Alright guys, so here is a video for how to solve a little bit more complicated quadratic equations. What if your quadratic equation is set to another number instead of 0? What if your quadratic equation is set to equal another number instead of 0? Okay, so the beginning of this worksheet begins with a little bit review of what do you do when you already have a factored quadratic equation. It's set equal to 0 already. All the hard work's been done for you. What are you going to do? You're just going to use the zero product property. Zero product property means I split this in two. I set my first factor equal to 0 and I solve that mini equation. A plus 9 equals 0. Jump that plus 9 across, change the sign. A equals negative 9. Okay, my second mini equation. A minus 6 equals 0. Take your minus 6, jump it across the equal sign, change the sign, you get A equals 6. So my two solutions are A equals negative 9 and A equals 6. You're going to want to do the same thing right here. Okay? Also with these two, you've got your two solutions over here as well. If you don't remember how this works, check out the zero product property video from last week again. Okay? So moving on down. We've got, how many do we have? One. We've only got one. Okay, we've got one review from last week where it's a quadratic equation already set equal to 0. We do have to factor it, so use your factoring skills, use your Xbox skills, get it factored, and then do the same stuff you learned up here for the zero product property rule. Okay, so today I'm only focusing on what happens when we have, let me put all the new stuff here. You know what? That's not even new. Look at that. That's not even new. Let's take that out. Okay, so these are the only ones today that you're going to need these skills on. All of these, this is not set equal to 0. Do you see that? This is not set equal to 0, it's set equal to another number. This is not set equal to 0, it's set equal to another number. And the same with this. So for these four, you're gonna need the new skills and notes that I'm about to teach you right now. Okay, what do you do when your equation, your quadratic equation, is not set equal to 0? Step 1, and I might actually run out of room here. I've got two examples and maybe I'll write really small, I don't know. Okay, so step 1, we're gonna make it set equal to 0, okay? We're going to bring, because you know, this is your squared term, this is your degree of 1 term, and then this is your constant term. It's just on the wrong side. So step 1 is grab it, jump it, and change the sign, okay? Grab it, jump it, and change the sign. What do we have over here now? A 0. So let's do that first. There we go. Problem solved. And now, if you know how to factor and use the zero product property, you're done. But let me just assume you're still having trouble with that, so I'll walk you through the rest. But basically, that's today's lesson. Grab it, jump it, change the sign, set it equal to 0, and boogie. Okay, let's do the rest. So this is a quadratic trinomial, so we're going to factor using our Xbox method. So let's set that up. Okay, first term in the first box. Last term in the last box. What do we do with these? We don't know. So let's do our first times last. 1 times 21 up here. And middle term down below. Now think of all the ways to make 21 by multiplication. I've got 1 times 21 and 3 times 7. That's all I can think of. So which of those has a sum or difference of 10? Not this, only this. So positive 3 and positive 7 add up to equal 10. They also multiply to give me 21. Everything's perfect. So let's put them over here with p's and pull out the GCF so we can factor this. GCF of the bottom row, 7. There are not p's in both parts, so just put a plain old 7. Here, GCF of this row, p. GCF of the first column, p. GCF of the second column, 3. Let's double check it. Make sure it worked out. P times P. Yep. P times 3, 3P. P times 7, 7P. 7 times 3, 21. All right, so it looks like we found our factors. So let's set it up like so. And don't forget your equal 0. This is where we are now. This right here now becomes exactly like what we just did for problem 1. Okay, now it's just a basic zero product property problem. We are almost done. Zero product property time. Set p plus 7, your first factor, equal to 0. Grab, jump, change sign. Done. Okay, set your second factor, p plus 3 equal to 0. Grab, jump, change sign. Done. Those are my 2 solutions to this quadratic equation. Remember, 2 powers, 2 solutions. That's how it goes with equations, okay? That's why quadratic equations always have 2 solutions. One of them might be trivial. One of them might be an imaginary number, but we're expecting 2 solutions. Okay, move on down. Ooh, look at that one. That is hideous. Okay, so we're going to do what we've been doing. We need to set this equal to 0. Every time we see a squared and we want to solve the equation, we're going to go ahead and set it to equal to 0. But Miss Collins, I only see 2 terms. There's not going to be a third one. Don't worry. Use your skills. Here we go. Grab it, jump it, change the sign. Whoops. This desk has knots in it. It's so annoying. Grab it, jump it, change the sign, set it equal to 0. Now, what did I teach you when we skipped from the 2nd degree to a 0 degree? What do we have to, oh boy. Can I fix something? Let's scratch that. Let's scratch all of example 2 and change it. I know. Okay, but we're gonna do this anyway. Here we go. Now we're good, okay? So the problem was wrong to start off with. I just fixed it. We're good now. Moving on. Grab it, jump it, change the sign. Some of you already know why I did that. Okay, so there we are. Grab it, jump it, change the sign. And now, when I skip from the 2nd degree to the 0 degree, what do I have to add in the middle? Yes, I have to add my ghost term. Let's add it. Okay, add your ghost term. Now, let's proceed as usual. X box factoring. X box factoring. X box. Okay, so first term in the first box, last term in the last box. All right, now remember to multiply A times C, first times last, to get us this number up top. And what's that number going to be? What is 4 times negative 49? It is negative 196. Okay? Let's think of all the ways to make 196 by multiplication. Oh, I forgot to put my 0 down here. We've got 1 times 196, obviously. And we've got 2 times God knows what, 4 times whatever. But you already know that when we're looking for our middle term to disappear, we're looking for a number times itself, a number times its opposite, basically, so that we can get a sum of 0. So you know what that is. That's going to be 14 times negative 14. A number times its opposite will give me this, and if I add them together, it'll give me 0. So let's put these in here with x's. Okay, and then let's start pulling out our GCFs and find out how this factors. What is the GCF of negative 14 and negative 49? It'll be negative 7. Box closest to me is negative, so negative 7. What is the GCF of this first row right here? It looks like I can divide everything by 2, and also my lowest power of x is 1. Okay, here, first column, what is my GCF? It's once again 2x. And second column, what is my GCF? Again, it is 7, but a positive 7 this time. So it looks like my factors will be 2x plus 7 and 2x minus 7. We remember that that is set equal to 0, and we get ready to use our zero product property. Set each factor equal to 0, and begin solving your two mini equations. Grab the constant, jump it, change the sign, and divide. You can leave it like this, or you can divide it out and get negative 3.5. I don't care. Or whatever you prefer, okay? Grab it, jump it, just be flexible, because if you're doing a multiple choice test, you want to be able to match your answer to theirs, okay? Grab it, jump it, change the sign. We get this. Divide. You can leave it as 7/2 or do positive 3.5. And this is how you do the entire process. Once again, let's review. What did we do first? We made sure it was set equal to 0 by grabbing whatever was over here, jumping it, and changing the sign. Then it was our quadratic trinomial was set equal to 0 like we thought, like we need it to be. Then we did our factoring process, our Xbox factoring process, and then we used the zero product property. That is a review. If you don't have three terms, it still could work if it's one of these ghost term problems. And your ghost term problems always have a minus sign in the middle if you haven't noticed already, because these only cancel out and give you zeros when they are opposite signs, okay? So remember that. You're always dealing with negative numbers in a ghost term problem. All right, good luck.